Hello, Awaken family. I'm Gisela Lou. This is my
Hey.
husband, Frank Lou, and we are here to bring you Sermon Spark Notes. So whether you are looking to spark some discussion during the week or just need a little spiritual snack, we want to provide you a summary of the message so that you can talk about it. We're in the middle of a series called The Blessing, where we look to God to answer the question, what makes a healthy adult? The answer is an adult who has received the blessing, which is made up of 5 parts. Last week we talked about meaningful touch and how we convey that blessing of unconditional love and acceptance through touch. This week we talked about how to convey that blessing through the spoken word. It is so important to speak those words, church. And like with everything else, we look to the Lord, not only to see what we do, but how we are to do it. In Matthew 3:17, we see Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist. The heavens open, God's Spirit descends on him, and the voice of God the Father, the spoken word, says for all to hear, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." This blessing, this verbal affirmation of unconditional love and acceptance came before Jesus' ministry. Before he healed anybody, called any disciples, or preached a single sermon. The blessing.
Amen. And I know one of the things that for us has been challenging going through this has been to think through, well, what does it feel like to not receive the blessing? And so during the course this week, and again, if you have received it, then you are experiencing a certain degree of fulfillment and satisfaction. But if you have not, or you're not sure if you have, here are a couple questions to have you consider this week. The first would be, in what ways do I feel there are some empty spaces in my life, some unfulfilled longings? And if I know that they're there, what do they look like? That would be the first question to consider. And then the second would be, how does God want to speak into that emptiness and into those longings? And I'd love for you to pray through that this week, to discuss it this week, and even as you're reading the Bible, to allow God to speak to you this week. And so we love, as my wife and I, just as you're praying through and considering the things that you've been taught, just how to apply it into our lives, we'd love for you to apply it to yourself by asking yourselves these questions. So have a great week, saints, and God bless.